Hi guys, Waldo here from nextpokerchamp.com. Today I'm going to make a video, and this video is going to be about the bet sizes we're going to use. It's very important, um, and I will show you now why it's important. Oops, this is the wrong one. Let's take here. Okay. Let's start with bet size used. Okay. Let's say we bet 75% pot. Or we bet 65% pot, 60% pot, 50% pot, 40% pot, and 33% pot. And let's take this a bit down here, and let's add here 100%. And just to make things a bit interesting, let's add 120%. Okay, so how does this go? How does this work, right? The thing is, when you bet percentage, let's make it here percentage of pot. Yeah, this is the percentage of pot. There we go. Yeah, so how much do you need to, how much do you think you need to fold to be break even? So here we go. Amount of folds needed to be break even. Yeah. So this is the most used sizing, and let's see how it goes. Yeah. So here, when we bet 75% pot, how often do we need to fold from our opponent to be break even? Yeah. So how does the math work? The pot is 100%. Let's just say 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it can be 5 cents if it's your stake. It can be 10 cents, whatever. Let's say just say the pot is 100% because that's what is in the pot. So now we bet 75%. Okay. So what we do now is we bet 75% to win. 75% to win the 100 that was already in the pot, and the 75 that you put in the pot yourself. So you're risking 75 to win 175. So that's going to be the math. Let me see, 75 divided by 175 is, you can see it's 42. Well, a bit more, but okay, let's just make it 42. 42. There we go, 42%. So now we want to do this for all others, right? It's going to be easy. Of course, now if you want to know, only thing that we want to do now is change this, right? If you want to go to 65%, we change this to 65. Let's make a math formula for this. 75 is, well, you have to make it now 65. And you can see now it's going to become 65 to risks this much. So there we go. We risk 75 to win 165 is going to be 40%. 40% falls we need now when we bet 65%. Yeah, you see? And well, you can continue this for everything, and that is what I'm going to do. So here we go. There we go. 60% divided by 160 is 38. 38. And let me see. And there we go to the next one. 50 divided 150 is going to be 25. Well, it doesn't make sense. Wait, let me see. 50 divided by 50 is 33, of course. 33% falls we need. And there we go. Make it 40%. Divided 140 is going to be 28% of falls only needed. And when we bet 33% to get 133 is going to be 25%, or a quarter of the pot. When we bet 100 to risk 100, when we bet 100 to win 200 is going to be 50%, of course. Oops, there we go, 50%. And let me see, this is going to be a bit confusing with the overpot. The bet is this, and then we do 120. So it's going to be 120 divided by 22. It's going to be, we have to be good here 50% of the time. So we need a 54% fold. This is very important for you guys, and I'm going to explain you very quick why. Okay. This, first of all, before I explain this, I want you guys to make a screenshot of this. Make a screenshot of this, yeah? Put this and print this out, or put it somewhere that you know exactly what is going on. When I ask you if you want to bet 25% punt, how many folds do you need? You have to instantly know this. 50% you should instant alone use. This is going to be 33. When you bet 100%, you need 50% fold. 33% you need 25% fold. Remember this. Why is this so important, guys? Let's give you an example, okay? I'm going to give you a very, very easy example. The board is going to be Jack, Jack, Deuce. Yes? So, when we want to bluff here, and this is a board that we want to cbet bluff a lot, right? I told you this already in a few other videos. We always, well, actually I didn't. This is actually, I'm going to make a video about this, but I told this in your strategy part. So why is this so important? Let's say the board is Jack, Jack, Deuce, right? If we cbet here, 75% of the time we need a fold of 42%, yeah? If we bet half pot here, we need 33% fold. If we bet here even less, 33% pot, we need 25% fold. Now let me explain you why is this going to be so important. So let's say this is the Jack, Jack, Deuce board. Let's say our opponent is folding here 50% of the time. Yeah, I'm just giving you an example. So now, what you want to do is, this divided by this is. Obviously you're betting here 75%, here you're betting 50%, and here you're betting 33%. So he's folding 50% of the time, right? And you're risking, and you need a fold of 42%, but he's folding more. He's folding more here, right? He's folding here, how much? He's folding 50%. So you make a profit of 8. Oh, what's happened here? Okay. Okay. So now you will see that this spots and paired boards is a spot that is going to occur very often, and this is what I'm going to explain in a further video. But just for you to understand this basics, why is this so important? Okay? Well, here it is. You can choose. You are going to make a profit here on this board, right? You choose your bet sizing, and based on the bet sizing, it decides how much profit are you making in this one. So, if you bet 50% of the time, or 50% of the pot, you will make 17% profit in this pot. If you bet 75%, you make only 8%. You can double your profit in a situation just by understanding the bet sizing. This is why bet sizing is very important. This is why I hate it when people autopilot and don't use bet sizing. And even if you make it 33% of the pot, you will make 25%. You doubling it, and doubling it up your win rate. So it depends. Let's say we make very strong adjustments, right? Let's say we play it versus a very extreme case, okay? Extreme case, yeah? Let's say we play versus a passive fish. Passive fish who is really straight forward. This guy likes to fold. When he has nothing, he likes to fold, yeah? And we don't have to play balance versus fish. Who is playing balance versus fish? If you want to play balance versus fish, you don't understand the game. So this is exactly the board that you want to now use your bet sizing versus a fish who likes to fold when he has nothing. You have a lot of fish, they like to go to the flop, and when they have nothing, they like to insta check fold their hands. So, and exactly versus this kind of opponents, we want to have a very exploitative strategy. What is the strategy is going to be? It's going to be exactly what I explained here, right there. There's going to be a board, and he is going to cbet, and this is why you're cbetting half pot, yeah, on paired boards. But let's say we're playing versus a fish. You can bet 33% of the time pot, or you can bet 40% of the pot. He's going to check fold anyway, and he has nothing. When he has something, he's going to call you versus this one and the sizing. So now you can just choose how much profit you want to make. This video is very important. It's something very small, but this situation occurs so often that it's going to add up to your win rate a lot. Paired board is actually one of the most frequent boards that is going to occur on the flop. So you have to understand how to play this, and more specifically, you have to understand how to play this versus an opponent who's playing pretty straightforward. A reg can also be a guy who's folding 70%, 60%, 55% of the time. Well, this is the average. On a paired board, on a specific boards which I am going to handle in further videos, they are folding more. And I will go into the signs of that, and we will explain this more. So, for now, this is your homework. What is your homework? Yeah? Here, I'm going to write this down. Homework for this video is find an opponent who is playing straightforward. Yes. Who's playing straightforward? Opponent. Who's playing straightforward, and bluff him for a smaller sizing. Let's say you do find a passive fish and you do find a very good spot. Find spots that you instead of betting 70% or 50% went for 40% or 30%. So let's say it's a board that you bet normally 70%, 75%, then I want to make you adjustment to bet 50%. If it's a board that you bet 50%, I want you to make the adjustment to bet even smaller. So this is your homework. I need to have 3 hands. 3 hands, you can just send it to me, you can post it in the blog, whatever you do. I don't care, as long as you do this homework. One other thing, keep this in mind or print this. Print this, and I will ask you about this. And I don't want you to ask, and when I say, if you bet 75%, how often does you have to fold that you don't know this? You have to know this. Okay, that's it.